Here's another story that's all new at 6. Maryland is moving forward with nearly $150 million in budget cuts. So lawmakers are trimming programs and delaying new hiring wherever it's possible.
But Governor Wes Moore says the cuts will allow for the financial support of some key programs. Larry Miller spoke with Governor Moore in an interview you will only see right here.
Hours after nearly $150 million in budget cuts were approved by Maryland's Board of Public Works, Maryland Governor Wes Moore told me the reductions were necessary to ensure appropriate funding for child care and health care programs, a key priority for his administration.
I said we're not going to compromise on investing in health care. We're not going to compromise on investing in child care, because these were two really important things to get our economy going, to get more people involved in the economy. And so to do that, it also meant you had to make really difficult choices as to the things that you were not going to spend on.
Just about every agency will feel the cuts in some way. For example, the Department of Information and Technology will see a nearly $16 million budget cut. According to the governor's now approved proposal, that will mean a reduction in funding to the Major IT Development Fund. State-operated colleges and universities will also feel the pinch. The University of Maryland will see a funding reduction of $20 million. Advocates whose agencies or programs are in the crosshairs tried to make their case before today's vote, but with no success. Charlotte Davis is the executive director of Rural Council for Maryland, an agency that addresses problems and concerns in the state's 18 rural counties. The proposal showed her agency will now have to deal with a $2 million cut to its program for grant making.
The proposed cuts, we feel that we're the community that can least afford to absorb this cut. We have the highest unemployment rates, the highest poverty rates, and we have the lowest per capita incomes.
We and our team have been going through this line by line. And the thing that we know is that while I do understand and respect and the very emotional and correct pleas that people were making, but when we're talking about things like, rural parts of the state, do you know who are some of the places that disproportionately will benefit from the investments in childcare? It's rural parts of the state.
And just to be clear, Governor, does that mean that we're not done with the cuts?
I want to be very clear that this is a beginning. It's important that we get our financial house in order. It's important that we actually are spending on things that we show real evidence that are going to help our economy to grow.
Larry Miller, WUSA9.
Now, by law, Maryland is required to pass a balanced budget. Larry reached out to some of the agencies that are being impacted by the cuts. They tell him they are currently in the process of developing plans to ensure those reductions are reflected equitably.